There are a few things in this world quite as adorable as a bowl full of chicks. They are a day or less old, and I'm just bringing them down to the brooder. Hi, birds. Enjoying a beautiful day. It's like 20 degrees out Celsius. Forget what that is. Fahrenheit, but warm. Anyway, it's nice and comfy. I'm out in a t-shirt. Had to get changed because somebody, I think it was you. Yeah, this one pooped on me. So I had to get changed. So I'm wearing my backup farm clothes, which are even less attractive than my usual farm clothes. But that's okay, because I'm hanging out with chickens today. Hi. Come on, bird. Hi. Hello. A moment ago, they were climbing all over me, so I'm sure they'll start again once they stop being spooked by me talking. Back this way. There you go. Not gonna lie, it's a lot of fun watching these little dinosaurs. It's a tad windy today, despite being warm. So that might be why they're not venturing out as much. But they're still having fun exploring anyway. Got one standing on my hand. Didn't quite get it on video, but I'm sure it'll happen again. But like with most animals, I think if you just spend a lot of time with them and handle them lots, they're happy to hang out with you. So yeah, every day that it's above 10 degrees Celsius, I'm gonna take them outside, longer and longer stretches. Hopefully pretty soon they won't be able to get out of here, so I'll be able to leave them in for longer periods and then eventually move them over there. Can't really see what I'm doing, but yeah, over there to where the chicken coop is, and let them free range there during the day, and then eventually they'll be in there all the time. But for now, we're just doing this. Just hatched a brand new batch yesterday and today, so we'll be doing this all over again with them. Right, guys? Why are you going in there? Really? That's where you want to hang out? Okay, you do come out on your own, sort of. So we've changed the brooder setup to be more secure because while I was, like, as soon as I'd set up the other one, I stepped out for a moment and this little butthead got in and bit a chunk out of, if I can focus for a second. Yeah, go through. Come on, focus. Okay. So the one with the dot on its head has like a chunk of head missing now, unfortunately, but it seems completely fine. So I don't know how that works in chickens, but it does. We're keeping a close eye on him, but yeah, I literally stepped out for like 2 seconds and that happened. So this is our setup now. I'm going to try and get something else going because this is still pretty small. But for now, this is a little bit more secure at least. As they get bigger, they'll need more space. But anyway, hopefully this will keep them safe. I'm going to try and find something for this end to go across because I don't really trust my little cat asshole. But yeah, anyway, they seem okay. We managed to save them in time. Keeping an eye on things, but yeah. Cats are jerks. I do not recommend this thing if you have any pets at all that would attack chicks, as it is way too flimsy. Should have known better, but here we are. These birds are about 4 weeks old. I just cleaned it, so I'm not going to bug them too much right now, but literally just cleaned it. Anyway, as you can see, they're eating the worms and stuff. They're getting other treats now, and they're really loving them. Out of the bunch, I'll do a better shot of these guys tomorrow when they're officially 4 weeks old. But as you can see, they're getting a lot of feathers. They're quite big. They're able to fly. I think there's only one rooster out of the bunch, which is kind of exciting. But yeah, they're doing really good. I'll be taking them outside again tomorrow, and we'll get a better look at them then. Still need to clean these guys. I cleaned them this morning, but as you can see, they've made a tremendous mess, so I gotta clean them in the evening too. But you can see they're quite a bit smaller. This is their setup now. This is what we've done because Link got in and attacked them and harmed one of them, but thankfully, I think we caught it before it was like anything too bad. So I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So here's one of them. This one's fine, but as you can see, they're already starting to get wing feathers. This one's pretty chill. This whole batch actually is quite chill. But I've been handling them much more than the last batch, so I think that's part of it. Hi, sweetie. Hello. Oh, careful. So anyway, they're starting to be friendlier. I'm spending... Ooh, don't fall. Don't fall. I'm trying to spend more time with them every day and get my daughter to handle them and just generally make them as friendly as possible. I spend a little bit of time. This is like, they're not used to being held like this. I usually hold them closer to my body, but she's so tiny. She's so tiny. You're so cute. Anyway, I put them all in there and I take a moment to kind of check under... Careful. I check them over, check their vents, make sure everything's clear, everything's good, and give them a little cuddle. And then I take everything out of there and switch over the bedding. Make sure that they're nice and comfy for bedtime. So this one, once it turns its head back, you can see right on the side of its head where it got attacked. We're doing our best to keep it clean and hopefully have it heal. Seems to be okay though, like behaving totally normally. So I think we got it in time. They're also chickens, so they're literally dinosaurs as far as everything I can tell. Like, they are dinosaurs. They are tough as nails. Even this less than a day old chick managed to survive an attack against a cat. So anyway, thankfully, I don't think Link was in there for very long because, I mean, I wasn't away for very long. So anyway, hopefully heals up okay. Keeping a close eye on it. Poor little guy. I feel bad. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But seems to have recovered pretty well. It was pretty touch and go when I first found him or her or whatever this one is. But it was just lying on this side with Link standing over it. But oh, careful, sweetie. But seems I moved it over under the lamp and tried to clean the wound as best I could, and kind of just had to leave it because it was time to go pick up my kids. But when I came back, it had perked right up. It was behaving totally normally like the rest of them. So anyway, as you can see, seems to be doing okay, surprisingly. So yeah, anyway, keep an eye on that one. And now I'm going to clean the brooder here, because as you can see, it's a mess. And then put them all back in and put them to bed for the night. There we go. Nice clean bedding. Back under the heat lamp. I don't know if they're going to do it right away since I just put them back in there, but when they fall asleep, it's hilarious. They kind of just, like, flop down face first. They kind of look like they're dead, but they're not. That's just how they sleep. So I'll try and get a video of it as once they calm down a little bit. Not quite doing it. They're starting to look sleepy though, and they're doing these little stretch things that are really cute. Let's see if I can see one doing it. Starting to slowly pass out. Literally falling asleep standing up. And oh. Down they go. It is really cute watching them fall asleep. And wake up. Anyway, there you go. Chick's falling asleep. They're super cute. Clean bedding. And we'll check them again in the morning. See how they're doing. Okay, so this is later in the day than I would have liked, but still technically Monday, so there's technically 4 weeks old. I ended up busy just driving all over town today, literally all day. So I didn't get a chance to really spend any time with them until just now. I just gave them treats, which they knocked over immediately. So they'll get to those, I'm sure, eventually. But let's pick some up and play with them. So here's one of my hens, I'm pretty sure. You can look at the comb, and it's kind of a pale pink, like a kind of a peach color. So, hi. She's looking for a way back in with her friends here. Let's put you back, and then I'll grab my roux. So there's my roux. He's up on my shoulder, so this is a little bit awkward, sorry. But you can kind of see his comb and wattles coming in, bigger and much more pink. That's why I think it's a boy. Not 100% sure, but that's what I'm going with. Compared to the others, he's much darker in the comb and wattles, so that's why I'm thinking that. Otherwise, almost impossible to tell apart. He also has less, like, body feathers and tail feathers and stuff, comparatively. Like, I'll show you the others. Compared to all the others who have a lot more. And, yeah, so I'm going to grab fish stick next. Spend some time with these chicks, and then I'll go to the smaller ones. I lied, I'm getting this one next, because she's actually quite friendly and pretty open to being held and handled. She likes to hang out on my shoulder, as you can see. Yes, that's my ear. That's my ear. Don't peck it, please. Anyway, She's kind of cute. Very sweet girl. This is, again, awkward to do when she's up on my shoulder like this. But they do like the higher spots to roost on, I think. Please don't poop on me. There. You can kind of see her a bit better. Pretty feathers and everything. She's really coming in nice. Hoping I can get these ones outside tomorrow. I was hoping to today, but it was super, super windy. Hi. Oh, that's super loud right in my ear. So fish stick likes to be on my arm as well. She's one of the more open to being handled. Hi. She's also quite pretty. I'm looking forward to all the adult feathering to come in to see what she really looks like when she's all done feathering out. Hi, because I think you're really pretty. You also look like you're about to poop, so I'm going to put you back. Oop, hop down. Anyway, I can't tell the other ones apart, so I'm just going to quickly handle them and then go to the younger ones. So these ones are actually quite a bit friendlier, and I've been making sure to handle them even more than I did with the other ones. With the older ones, and I've been letting my daughter handle them and stuff. So this is the one that was attacked by the cat, and as you can see, he's still doing pretty well. Still, where are you going, buddy? He's okay. Still doing okay. Still pretty lively, as you can see. They seem happiest kind of hanging out under my chin, so that's where I'm happy to let them hang out. Don't do it again. All right, I'm going to use 2 hands to put him back because I don't want him to fall. So my little black one here, as you can see, is still quite friendly. You can see the wing feathers are starting to come in as well. He was lively just a second ago, and now he's like settled right. He or she. I keep saying he. I have no idea what this is, to be honest. Anyway, settled right into my hand. Looks like it's about to fall asleep. So yeah, as you can see, quite comfortable with me compared to the first batch. Which, I mean, they're not terribly uncomfortable with me, but like, these ones seem to be much friendlier already. He literally fell asleep in my hand. I saved this one for last because I wanted to show, this is our first case of like, I think it's just the start of a condition called pasty butt, which is kind of exactly what it sounds like. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall, little one. There, you can go get a good look at it. But its vent is starting to be covered. So I'm going to go upstairs and prepare a little cup for it to hang out in. Soften that up and gently wipe it off. You don't ever want to pull that off because that can injure them. But if you soak it for a bit, it should just wipe off on its own. Because the last thing you want is that to be like glued shut. Because then they can't poop at all, and then they'll die pretty quickly because they're, like, I mean, look how tiny they are. It doesn't take much. So I'm going to go get that ready and come back down here, and we'll have a little chick bath. I've never actually treated this before, so anyway, this is what I've done. I've just grabbed a cup and put some warm water in it, and you know, let it hang out with its friends, who are all super curious about what's going on. But you'll give it a sec and then give its butt a little wipe. I didn't want to fill it. Oh, okay. Well, let's give its butt a wipe now and see what happens. Okay, so that came off pretty easily, even after just such a short amount of time. It wasn't actually fully glued shut. It was more the feathers around the vent that were poopy. So clean that up as best I could, and we'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully it'll be fine by tomorrow. But yeah, it's probably going to want to have a little rest under the heat lamp now to dry off. That's the one standing on the thermometer there. So cute. Anyway, so hopefully it should be okay. We'll keep an eye on things, and yeah, I'm going to call it a night here. It's kind of interesting noticing the difference between these chicks and the last one. Like, these ones are only a few days old, and they're already getting tail feathers. Also, there are some eggs in here. And I just put them back in because I just cleaned this out. The reason for that is the incubator I had is a 12-egg incubator. I had 15 eggs. Obviously, I wanted the goose eggs in there for sure. and I couldn't get those ones. Well, the preschool couldn't get those ones to stay in the incubator. They were worried they were going to fall and break. So I took them home, and I asked around for if somebody hadn't wanted them, and no one got back to me right away. So I didn't know what to do with them. I just put them in here for now because I'm like, I don't know. Poor planning, I guess, on my part. I wasn't anticipating having this many eggs. But anyway, so I put the word out again on Facebook to see if there's anybody who wanted them. And somebody reached out and told me they have an extra incubator that I can borrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick that up tonight, put these ones in that incubator overnight, and then tomorrow I'll go get the goose eggs from the preschool and trade them out for these ones so they can hatch just chicken eggs, and I'll worry about the goose eggs at home because they're probably way more complicated. But yeah, for now, that's what I'm doing because I don't know what else to do. This is poor planning. This is like typical of me, though. This is how I function. Not the best. This is sort of one of those like do as I say, not as I do kind of channels. Just terrible, but like it is what it is. This is also just reality. It's a vlog. It's not, I mean, hopefully it's educational too, but mostly it's a vlog. So anyway, that's where things are at right now. And I'm going to put the other chicks back in here because this one's all alone. I love how they sleep. By the way, I haven't had a chance to clean them. This is first thing in the morning. I wanted to show how they sleep because that's really cute. Good morning. I'll come and clean you. I've been trying to figure out a way to let the chicks out without me having to watch them because they can get out of the mobile corral over there. And then I remembered we have this wire cage for dogs, this wire kennel, so I just took out the bottom piece of it to give them access. One sec, honey. Anyway, so I'm going to leave them in here for a couple of hours on their own and come and get them later. Let them scratch around, and then we can move it around to a different spot if we want to. It's a beautiful day out, so I don't see why they can't be out for quite a while. They're well protected in here. The dogs will be watching over them and making all sorts of racket. But if they make more racket than normal, I'll know to come check. But yeah, I think this is a good solution for now. Only downside was that I had to carry it over a whole bunch of junk that's in there to get it out. Damn near broke my leg doing it, but managed to do it unscathed. They seem pretty happy. So let's leave them for a bit. Honey, don't ride your bike into that. Yeah, leave them for a bit, come check on them later and see how they're doing. So these cheeps have been outside for most of today. It's quite a warm day out, and they seem perfectly happy out here, so I think I'm going to leave them a bit longer. This is good news, because the more they're outside, the more they'll get used to being outside. And once they're fully feathered, they can live outside all the time. So one of these days, Sam and I will go and fix that coop up. There's just a couple of things that need to be done still. Got to put some hardware cloth on one of the air vents so nothing can get in that way, and fix up a couple spots on the roof, and should be good to go at least for the summertime. So that's exciting. Hi cheeps. Sorry, I'm a little bit stuffed up today, but you can see he's starting to get wattles, and his comb is quite pink compared to the others. We're still not so pink, so I'm more and more certain every day that that is a rooster and the others are hens, which is nice. I'm still not too sure about that one just because it's so different than the others, but I'm thinking that one's probably a hen. Time will tell though, especially once they start crowing. That's hopefully a pretty surefire way to know, but we'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. Keep having fun outside, guys. I'll bring you in later when it cools off a bit more. These little ones are now a week old, so I've traded out the absorbent paper for wood chips because I'm pretty sure they know what their food is now. And they're just getting, I just changed it, so this is their first time on the wood chips. They seem a little confused by it. Oh, already making a mess of their water. Next I gotta clean the older ones and take them outside. Alright, they've got a clean thing in here. You're probably noticing that there's no chickens and there's no water or food dish in there, and that's because all of that is about to go outside. I did put some treats in for when they come back in. I do that every time, just I really want them to kind of get used to the idea of treats and the sound of the treat bag and stuff and what that means. I'm going to bring some more treats outside so that I can get them used to that and try and train them to come to me. Alright, they're outside. They've got food, they've got water. I gave them some treats, and I just kind of dropped around in there because they're gonna scratch around on the ground and pick up whatever else with it. So that's good. Hopefully not spill anything. I'm gonna check on them throughout the day, but it's supposed to be really hot out today. It's supposed to be like 26 degrees Celsius, which is, I don't know, hot in Fahrenheit, at least for here. Yeah, I'll check on them throughout the day. I've got the dogs keeping an eye on them. So if anything does come out here and harass them, I'll hear about it. But yeah, I'll leave them and get them used to being outside. They are almost 5 weeks old. At around the 6-week mark, they should be at least pretty close to fully feathered. And they'll start on nice nights at least. I'll put them outside for the night and see how they do. But they're almost at the point where they can go outside. It's exciting. I wanted to keep that open for airflow, but I didn't want predators to get in, so we've stapled up some hardware cloth, and we're trying to figure out what to do on the roof up there, because as you can see it's fallen off. So we've gathered up the pieces of tin that had been up there, and I also have these plastic sheets off of Temu, and we're gonna put those on the roof, make it hopefully waterproof. It's not the best job, but should work for now, and then hopefully in a few days I can put the bigger chicks in here, and we've got a little door for them to come out of. But there's Sam with the ladder. But fill this with wood chips in here. Looks like there's been something coming in and out, because already that has a bunch of fur in it. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on what's been going in and out of there, but I'm thinking it's probably a squirrel. And I don't know if that's gonna be a problem. But anyway, that's what we're doing today. So we had a bunch of extra plywood, so we're putting that on top for stability, and then we're just going to put the tin that was there back on, and that should do it. So this is our run for now. There's the chickens in there. Can we get? They've got all the inside to familiarize themselves with. Put their food and water in there for them to make a huge mess of. And we'll check on them again later. They seem pretty happy in here for now, so I'm gonna just leave them. As you can see, it is greening up quite nicely out here. Chicks have been outside all day. Oh, they knocked their thing down here. Not sure if they've actually been in here at all today. A little bit. Looks like there's some poop in there. Not a whole lot though. Let's see how they're doing inside. Got it. It's starting to get late, so I'm going to bring him in for the night. I'll be spending days in here for a few more days. Hi guys! Before they're out here all day, every day. They've completely filled in their water, so they're probably getting thirsty. I have to figure out a better solution for that. Not entirely sure what yet. There's some hooks on the roof though, so maybe I can hang something. Anyway, I'm gonna put them in there, bring them back in the basement for the night, and a few more days out here just kind of getting used to the coop, and then they'll be out here full time. Hey Cheep Cheeps! I think they like it out here. These birds are now 2 weeks old as of today, and I just cleaned them, so I've got fresh litter in there again, and I also refilled their food, which today is the first day I'm introducing them to grit. So they've got a little bit of grit in there. I'm going to start loading them up on that, and then in a few days I'm going to start giving them some treats. I think. Hey, buddy. I know. Sorry, Link is upset because he's in the cage and he doesn't want to be. But yeah, so I'm hoping that we can get them used to that and start giving them some treats so that they can get used to the idea of coming when they're called, which is sort of working a little bit with the older ones, but still a work in progress. And I wanted to show this one. This one's really, really pretty. Like, look at the pattern on her wings. His or her wings. I'm not sure if it's boy or girl yet, but really, really beautiful feathers. But yeah, these ones are quite friendly so far. Like, they're quite happy to sit and snuggle with you. So that's a good sign. They also seem to have feathered up a lot faster than the older group. I don't know if that's a breed-specific thing or if I did something different. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, there's a little update on them. So these guys are only going to be in here for a few more nights. They're almost 6 weeks old. They're almost entirely feathered. So today is Friday evening, and I'm thinking Monday night will be their first night outside in the coop. This guy, that's a rooster. That's a rooster. The rest of them, I'm pretty sure, are hens, which is a pretty good ratio for my first batch, I gotta say. I'm pretty happy with that. But yeah, this will be, I cleaned their thing today, so they're probably good until they go out in the coop full time. So I probably won't need to clean this again, which is good timing because I should have another batch hatching later next week? Week after? I don't remember. Soonish. But yeah, as you can see, they're doing really, really well. I just brought them in from outside, so they're just exploring their freshly cleaned cage and eating some food because they dumped it all over the ground out there. But yeah, they're doing really, really good. I'm quite happy with this. The other ones are doing really well as well. I'll show you them in just a second. Hi, Cheep Cheeps. So all that dark stuff there, that's just their food, not poop. They make a huge mess of it. But as you can see, they're getting quite big too. Hi, little ones. They're much more curious than the first batch. That little one there with the dot on its head, that was the one that got attacked by Link. I'm not going to take it out right now because it's almost bedtime for them. But it's healing up quite nicely. You almost can't tell that there was anything there. So that's good news. They are pretty comfortable with being held and handled and stuff, which is also good news. So we're doing something right anyway. And yeah, they all seem happy. So I'm going to leave them alone. We'll see them again in the morning. Unfortunately, I can't really do a proper video right now, but I'm in the coop right now. It is dark. It's nighttime, if you can tell. It's a bit early, like it's a few days early for them to be out overnight, but I made the call to do it a bit early just because, like, it's a nice night. It's supposed to be quite warm, and I do want them to get used to being outside overnight, so I've closed up the hole that they get out the side. I filled up their water, their food, and some treats, so first thing in the morning, once the light comes, they should be able to wake up on their own. But I have them in, I can't really show you unfortunately, but I have them in a crate right now. The door's open, they can come and go as they please, but it kind of gives just an extra layer of protection in case something does get in here tonight. I don't think it will because I don't know how it would. But you can hear them cheeping because I've got this light going. Might wake them up a little bit. I only put them in there because they were right next to the door, so I didn't want to have them dart out or anything in the middle of the night while I'm trying to care for them. But anyway, we'll check on them again in the morning and see how they do. I think they'll be fine. It's supposed to be pretty warm tonight, so I'm not too worried, and I think this is a good night to start them with that. So we'll see you in the morning. There we go, free-ranging chickens. I think I'll stop the video there, but like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time.